Hello. So I'm here today to talk to you about obviously the title of this video, which may seem like an uncomfortable type of thing to not do, but this is about no longer hustling, no longer working hard at it or sacrificing things. We are going to learn to stop planning things and stop trying to figure it all out. Now, this is a message that I have heard from others, or I've heard it through other content creators that I personally love and look up to as spiritual mentors. And as I sat here and thought about it, how my life is today or what I've done so far literally embodies that. Because for those who don't know me or are just now finding me, I am in the acting industry. I've been involved with theater since 2011, and I've been an on-screen, an on-camera actress since 2021, and I've almost been in about 30, I'm getting close to 30 projects. Background, supportive, lead. I've done one voiceover. I know I'm gonna do more. I know I'm gonna do more voiceover someday. And my personal manifestations that actually have come to fruition, I really didn't have to work at it. It felt like it just all happened for me. And I'm not trying to be cheesy or anything. So I really want to talk about this. So to give you some background, because I literally have another video talking about my acting journey, but just to give you some background, everything started with just me, I started following Facebook groups. Now, some people already might think, well, that's you doing the work, right? And it's no, there's a difference between working at it. So there's working at it, and then this is a vegan chocolate chip peanut butter cookie. Let me put that down. There's a difference between working at it, and then there's taking inspirational steps of action. There is a difference. This is working, coming from a place of lack and scarcity, and then there's taking inspired steps of action where you're really just kind of doing what feels good at the moment because it excites you and it inspires you, right? That is not working. That is literally you following your joy, and that's it. And then the rest just kind of falls into place. Okay, so I followed groups in Ohio. I was able to get background stuff, and then one day Instagram presented me an acting studio that hosted acting classes. And what's funny is around that time, I remember I was trying this manifestation scripting technique, and I still do this. And again, you don't have to do anything really to manifest. I feel like it's just gone so haywire and all that. But just for fun, at one of my old jobs, I would write down I'm so thankful that I'm in acting classes with coaches that I love and feel comfortable with. I'm so thankful, I'm so grateful. So it's just funny because now, looking back, it's I really was predicting everything because I just knew it was going to happen. Okay, and you can roll your eyes if you want, but this is true. So anyway, one day Instagram just presented me these acting classes at the studio that was nearby, and it was around the holidays, right? And they were doing a 12 giveaways of Christmas. One of them was an 8-week session of classes, right? Not one free day, 8 weeks. That's crazy. And I won it. I don't care. There's going to be some people here who say, well, that's just a coincidence or you got lucky. It was meant for me. I don't care what you have to say. It was meant for me. And I've stuck with these acting coaches since then. We'll see, now it's been 2 years since I last been to an acting class, but I am going to be going back in a couple of weeks. So I'm so excited. Anyway, so yeah, that was it literally fell into my lap. That's crazy. And it didn't take long for me at all to fall in love with the acting coaches, the classes. Some people are going to say, well, isn't attending acting classes part of the work and hustle? Some people will view it that way. Some people will call it that way. But again, I was excited to go to acting classes. I desired to go to acting classes because in my head, I'm okay, if I was a full-time working actress, what would I be doing? I'd be going to acting classes, right? That doesn't sound like work. That sounds fun and joy. Nothing I do feels like work. If it's something you desire, it's not going to feel like a job. Again, there's a difference between hustling and working at it, and then there's taking inspirational steps of action. This is what I was doing this whole time since I've been here. Close to 30 projects. I wasn't planning anything. I didn't plan nothing. Okay? Like, I'm like everyone else. I don't know what I'm doing, you know? And from there on out, like, the acting coaches, like, you know, would teach us not only, like, you know, different audition techniques, but they teach us the business of acting. And then they showed us a bunch of, like, headshot photographers that they've personally worked with or collabed with. And then, like, the top, like, agencies in Ohio, and, like, which ones can be together or which ones you can only be with separate. Like, it was all so fun to me, right? And then it didn't take long. Like, I really didn't overthink, like, the headshot photographer. I just chose one, and she was, like, the most popular one, or the most recommended, and it didn't take long for me to book an appointment with her, and then it just so happened to fall on, like, St. Patty's weekend or something, so then I ended up getting, like, you know, the St. Patty's discount, and then she hooked me up with the agencies that she works with. Like, guys, I'm serious, like, it's just, like, that ever since I just took, like, the first step and just, like, following some acting pages on Facebook, I really didn't do much, like, at all. It's not like I was commenting, hey, my name's Lexi Lockhart, this is my picture, please, please look at my profile, please look at this. No. See, here's the thing. When you try to do stuff, or you plan things out, you figure it out, you're trying and you're working hard at it, that's coming from a place of scarcity and distrust and worry. And we've all been guilty of it. I'm guilty of it too. But when you just follow fun and joy, and that's it, that's coming from a place of pure love and joy and trust with the universe, okay, or God, you know, whichever word works best for you or feels right to you. But essentially, like, to feel good is to feel the universe, right? And it's just crazy because even till this day, here and there, I'll catch myself trying to plan things out, maybe even stuff that doesn't have anything to do with acting. And, like, I catch myself and I'm like, okay, well, instead of worrying about what you must do in between, or what you got to do to get there, you don't have to do anything. Focus on, like, that desired feeling of the outcome presenting itself. How do you feel when the outcome, how do you feel, like, close your eyes and just use your imagination. How does it feel to finally have that dream job? How does it feel to finally have that love of your life? How does it feel to have all that debt paid off? It's like you just focus on that feeling. Now, of course, when it comes to, like, finances and stuff, I understand in a way, like, setting out a plan, you know, can be helpful. But even I have thrown myself into like a stressful mess trying to plan out, okay, first I'm going to pay this off. Okay, then I'm going to pay, like, this card off. And, you know, I know that sounds like a basic, like, I know that sounds like a logical thing to do, of course. So I'm not going to tell you to, like, stop planning for your finances. You're going to do whatever you want. But in a way, it's like, for me, when I've tried to plan things, something new will come up, or like something unexpected will come up, and then I just get so overly, like, upset, like, no, this wasn't supposed to happen, I was supposed to do this, I was supposed to do this. So almost in a way, not planning makes me less stressed. And I just focus on, okay, what feels good to do at the moment? Okay, how much do I want to pay on this? How much? And I'm not, like, really in huge debt or anything, but, you know, I have a couple things I'm paying off. But yeah, this could be a sign for somebody. But really, I believe that if this video found you, there's something valuable in what I'm saying to you. And this is me discouraging you from hustling and bustling and working overtime and sacrificing all this and wearing yourself out for doing all this and spending this much money on that class or that workshop and blah, 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 blah. If you truly desire it, then that means it's meant for you, and there's not much you gotta do. Literally, I felt like once I just took one step of action, it's like everything just fell into place like that, and I'm like, okay. Next thing you know, I was invited to Los Angeles. The next thing you know, I went and tried out Los Angeles for a couple of months. And it was fun. It didn't quite feel like home, so, like, I don't really want to like live there necessarily, but again, I'm not trying to plan anything. You're going to hear everywhere that you must work hard, you must do this to earn it, you must do this, you must do this. And the thing is, it's like when I hear you must or you've gotta, that immediately kind of like turns me off. And that's not to say that these people don't mean well. And perhaps if you are someone who has felt like they've hustled and worked their butt off and felt like they had to sacrifice so many things to get to where they are now and you are successful, I am in no means trying to like disregard your hard work. If you feel like you've worked hard to get to where you are now and you've succeeded, well, I congratulate you and I think that's great. But now, take this video as a sign to step back. Confirmation. Take this as a sign to just step back and just let the universe take on the rest, okay? And some people may say, oh, so you just want me to sit back and do nothing? Well, no, because isn't your desire something that excites you? Don't you want to do something? But if it's coming out of force, well, then that must not be something you really want, you know? If you feel like you're forcing yourself, then it's not really your desire like you think. You know what's ironic about all this? And I did not plan this at all. Like, I just film spontaneously, okay? But I just remembered that today they released the first trailer for that new Jordan Peele horror movie, Him. It's literally about this college quarterback. It's about this quarterback who is being trained by one of his favorite football players. And it turns real dark, and it's about what is he willing to sacrifice in order for fame. And that's crazy because like that kind of coincides with what I'm talking about. I mean, like, if you desire to be famous, then like there's nothing wrong with that. But if it gets to a point where you feel like you have to work hard at it and you gotta sacrifice things and summon demons, like, well then no. No. If you're living your dream, if you're like, don't even think of it as like, okay, my desire is almost here. My desire is on its way. Think of it as your desire is here already. So why are you sitting here trying to figure everything out? Thank you for watching, and stop hustling so hard. You don't have to hustle. You don't have to work overtime. You don't got to do all this. You don't got to spend this much money on this. Follow what feels good to you and make sure it is coming from a place of pure joy and excitement. If you're over planning, that means you don't trust the universe. That means you don't trust yourself. That means you don't have faith in you. You don't have faith in your dreams. So just try to turn the page a bit, step back, turn the page, step back, and just let it go. Okay? I love you, and you deserve everything that is good, and you deserve for your dream reality to become a reality. And it's happening, so stop worrying about it. And stop planning everything. There is nothing to figure out. There is nothing to figure out. Life is not that serious. Okay? So, thank you for watching. And until next video, bye.